So I'm going to take you today on a tour of my garden. You can see behind me I've got a pretty decent sized backyard with a lot of stuff to take a look at, but I want to show you a complete tour of the garden because today marks a couple of weeks just before we get into winter. And as we all know, the spring planting season is the time to get everything going, but it doesn't go without a lot of preparation. And so today I'm going to show you a tour of the garden. And then as we continue down the path, I'll show you what I do to get prepared for that February, March planting. What we're looking at here are the hydrangeas. Even into December, it appears that these hydrangeas are still doing pretty well. They don't have the burst of color that they have in the spring, but when the spring comes, you're gonna find that these things are just gonna go out of this world. And what my wife will normally do is chop these all the way down so they have a haircut. And once they're finished with that haircut, they almost look like nothing. And lo and behold, in the spring, they come right back. So this here is the purple cabbage. I'm having a really hard time with my purple cabbage this year because, as you can see, they've been getting eaten by just about everything. And I've been using neem oil and insecticidal soap, but I have these little green caterpillars on there that are just eating up everything. So still working on those, but I have a feeling that they're going to come back and make a resurgence because that's what they do every year. Here's the herb garden. You can see we've got the marigolds here, and I put the marigolds in because the marigolds help from the pincer bugs. They're called earwigs, and what the earwigs do is the earwigs come in and they eat all of the leaves of your plant, so your plants never have the opportunity to grow. I put these up in the spring, but again, you can see that these continue to thrive. I mean, we don't get down to 10s and 20s. And so what I did is right next to them, because you have some tender leaf plants, I have my snow peas here, or snap peas or snow peas. But you could see I have these peas here, and these are some beautiful peas that really are taking off. And as we work our way around through the herb garden, I've got these here, and I'm not exactly sure what these are. So if you know what those are, please let me know, in the comments, because I'm trying to figure out, they smell like garlic, but I have them planted right next to my chives. And from what I understand, or what I recall, it's the chives that I planted there. So I'm not sure what that is and if it's a variation of chives. So if you know, please let me know. Then up, we've cut back our basil plants quite a bit. So again, we're gonna see how those do in the summer, but we've had these plants here for about 5 years, and they just continue to come back stronger than ever. And then next to that is another basil plant. But what I'm really excited about are the pepper plants. Check out these bell peppers. Peppers are a spring and summer crop. Well, folks, you can see here, I've still got flowers on those suckers. And where there's flowers, there's bell peppers. I've got bell peppers growing here. And so at some point, something's gonna happen and it's gonna change. But at this point now, we just have some nice looking plants in the winter. And over here, we've got our potato plants. Now, the funny story about these potato plants is I didn't plant these potato plants this year. I planted potato plants probably about 3 years ago. And in that potato plant, I pulled all the potatoes up, and guess what happens? The potatoes come back. And you think you have them all, and this is why it's so important to plant potato plants inside of a closed container, because you just never know when you're going to get them, and then they pop back up. And so I have a feeling that in a few years it's going to end up taking over my entire herb garden. Then over here we have another marigold that we actually transplanted from the other area, and here are the carrots. So I have a host of carrots that I think I need to thin out, and again, if you know anything about growing carrots, let me know, but I think I need to thin those out. And the beds here, as you can see, are only about, I don't know, a foot deep. So I think I need something a little deeper than that. But I have a nice row of carrots coming back, and then with the bed right next to it, I've got cilantro, I've got the lettuce, and I have a few lettuce plants. I had one here that we pulled out because it got eaten, but we have romaine lettuce they're just thriving. They love the cool weather, they love the cold, they like the frost, they like all of that. So I've got a few of them. So this should carry us for the next month or so in terms of lettuce, considering I continue to try to eat healthy. And here we have some more red cabbage. And again, that red cabbage is getting eaten up by most likely cabbage worms, and I continue with the neem oil. So I think because it's still early in the season, at some point what we're gonna find is the cabbage worms will subside and those will pick up, because every single year I have the same issue and I end up with the same result, nice big red cabbage. This here is gonna be the project for today. So I talk about having to stay prepared for the different growing seasons, and being in the winter, the one thing I don't want to have happen is it rain and leach out all of the nutrients from my soil. In this planter bed here, I had a bunch of tomatoes and I had a bunch of other things growing. And so I've recently pulled those out. You could see the irrigation lines down there. And so what I want to do with this bed is today, I'm going to pull up the irrigation lines. Then I'm going to put some organic material in the soil, and then I'm going to put some more soil in there so that way it gets ready for planting. And if I could find some mulch when I get to Lowe's, then I'm going to use some mulch in order to protect the soil from the sun and some of the elements, so that way it stays good for that period of time. So this is today's project. You can't have a flower, or you can't have a garden without pollinators. And what you've got here is I've got a hibiscus, which again, this is really late in the season for hibiscus. We usually have it cut back by now, but it's still continuing to go. You could see, if you look, you could see those bulbs right there. And I mean, these things are just incredible. So I'm gonna let that go as long as I can. I've had that for about 4 years. Then we just have a bunch of pollinator plants. So I have some flowers and some different types of salvia that attract not only bees. I think you could probably see some bees if you look in there closely, but they also attract hummingbirds. And so I get a whole host of hummingbirds and a bunch of other types of birds that come in and they feast here. And as we move along across by the lake, got a couple of other plants here that, again, this is what I call the wasteland, because plants that I plant here don't seem to do very well. So I've got to figure out what it is that I need to do here in order for me to get to the level of plant, or the type of plant that I want. Because what you might be able to see from this shot is that right behind there is the fence. And so I like to have a little bit of privacy, because again, we're about 4 feet up from the walking trail. Couple other plants here. And then as you come around, the one thing I failed to mention are these trees. You know, when you look at the trees, just to give you some perspective, these trees are tupelo trees. And so tupelo trees grow to be about 35 feet tall. These are about 15 feet. I grew them from being little babies, and they haven't lost all of the leaves yet, but they're starting to come around and lose the leaves. And if you look really closely, what you find on the tupelo tree, and let me see if I could get you to the other one across the way here, is that tupelo trees have male and female trees. And so the male trees don't have these little, you should be able to see these little berries that come off, and the birds, they come, they eat those berries, they love the berries. And so this is a nice treat, because now what I don't have to do is I don't have to keep my bird feeders full, because the birds come and they eat either the hummingbirds come and eat the salvia nectar, or the other birds come and they eat these berries. So it's pretty neat, and I had no idea that before I grew these. To give you a little perspective about how tall this tree is I'm 6'8", and you could look down and you could look up and you could see that I'm a pretty tall cat. And these trees here are way taller than I'll ever be. These trees are at 15 feet tall. So I mean, it's a huge, huge, huge tree that, you know, every gardener has their prized possession. And I've got to tell you, this right here is my prized possession. This is an avocado tree. Now, funny story about this tree is my sister-in-law was trying to grow an avocado tree, and she was doing all the right things. She started it outside, she brought it in, she covered it up so that way it didn't get pests on it, and she put a net around it so the cat wouldn't get to it. She changed the temperature, she changed the environments. She did everything that, according to the books, you're supposed to do. But what happened here was, at the base of this tree is a hole, and in that hole I put a bunch of unprocessed organic compost in there. And my wife, she loves avocados, and it turned out there were a couple of avocado seeds that were in there, and those avocado seeds grew to these trees. And so now these trees are about 4 or 5 feet tall. Again, just a little bit of perspective on this avocado tree. I'm 6'8". So at 6'8", I have an avocado tree that's coming up to my shoulder. So folks, this is almost a 6-foot tree that I didn't plant and that's growing on its own. And it's been about 3 years. So I think we're about 2 years away from having some production on this tree. My last, and again, I have 2 prized possessions in this garden. One is my avocado tree, and the other one is my Christmas tree. So funny story about this Christmas tree. When we lived in our last house, what my wife and I did is we went to this organization that allowed us the opportunity to foster a tree. And so there's this forest up in the Sierras where you could foster a tree. And when you foster those trees, they take them, they bring them to you, they put them in your house, you water them through the course of the Christmas season, and then you give them back to the organization, they take them back and they plant them in the ground. Well, what happened during the pandemic is that organization went out of business, and so we had the opportunity to buy the tree, and so, or to keep the tree. So they brought the tree back to us, and we decided we don't want to kill a tree because, again, for us, my wife and I, it's all about bringing in life. So what we did is we planted it in our backyard, and as you can see, this tree here is probably about almost 7 feet tall because, again, folks, I'm 6'8", excuse my dirty hat, but you see when you look back that the tree is growing. So, so this here is the overview of my garden. And when you look around the backyard, and we can take a look at some of the other stuff because, again, I certainly didn't go through everything that we've put back here because everything here is stuff that we put in. When we moved in here, it was just a plot of dirt. So what we wanted to do was make sure that we brought life back because, they completely decimate these areas when they build houses. And so we wanted to bring life back. But you see, and I think people that haven't seen this now understand why I'm so excited about my oasis with the lake in the back, the people walking on the trail, and a beautiful garden that we continue to work on. So stay tuned for the next video where we take some time and work on getting the planter bed just how I want it for the winter planting. So have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.